a long, long time since I laid eyes on you. And I know I ain't seen Mary Lou since 1952. So Mom and Papa have asked me if I'd write and let you know we're planning on a big reunion in a week or so. Gonna have a family reunion, and a good old-fashioned outdoor barbecue. Gonna have a family reunion, and even if you're a 19th cousin, you're invited too. Virginia's coming, so is Susie Q. And Busy Lizzie's gonna bring a brand new baby too. Well, I guess old Uncle Joe will show up loaded to the gills. That's alright, I got some guaranteed hangover pills. Gonna have a family reunion, and a good old-fashioned outdoor barbecue. Gonna have a family reunion, and even if you're a 19th cousin, you're invited too. All right. Can you hear my monitor? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and a very pleasant good evening to you. And I do hope that you're enjoying the efforts of our people to entertain you in their own simple manner. I'm little Jimmy Dickens, or Johnny Cash after taxes. I've been called everything. I was out there a while ago, and a lady walked by and said, "Lord have mercy, there's Mighty Mouse in his pajamas." I can't win. No way I turn. Take my picture, sir. Thank you very much. Hurry up. Did you get it? Don't you sneak up on me like that. You make me nervous. I'm nervous enough. I'm shaking like a cow being milked with a cold pair of pliers now. I'm in a terrible shape. I developed a crick in my neck yesterday afternoon. I had an accident. I was putting some toilet water on my neck, and the darn lid fell down and hit me. That hurts, don't it? I'd like to kill this little hillbilly. And I'll not talk about the night that I spent in the motel last night. Lord have mercy, that was scandalous. I never heard such carrying on in all my life. People was a-running and a-hollered and a-screaming, and some old girl beat on my door all night. I finally got up about 6 and let her out.
You let her out? You should have sent her over to our room.
Sending nobody to your room, you sneaky-looking bunch of devils. You were just making as much noise as the rest of them was.
That wasn't us.
Had I heard you in there having that party?
That wasn't us.
The walls aren't as thick as you think when you've got a glass to your ear, I'll tell you that.
That wasn't us.
I had them all tuned in. They had some lady convinced they were candy salesmen.
Candy salesmen.
Well, I know you did. She kept a-hollering, "Oh, Henry, oh, Henry, oh, Henry." Which one's Mr. Goodbar? I guess that's him over there. Turn my mic up. I'm telling you, I got so angry I just wrote me a couple of songs. I'm going to sing them tonight if I ever get in tune. I'd like to hear them. All right, I got a new one here for you, Calvin. You'll love it. Wrote it about my last night's experience. It's called "I'll Meet You in the Spring If I Can Get Through the Mattress." Okay. It's the name of that. I have others. I wrote one for my good friend Freddie Fender. He'll love it. It's called "Oh Lord, Send Me a Blonde. I'm Tired of Squeezing Blackheads." Now that's a hit. That's a hit song. I write them all the time. I just run down the interstate and jump off at the truck stop and sit down in the men's room and take them off the wall. They're there for you. You can get them if you want to. You get them out of the ladies' room if you want to go in.
The ladies' room.
They write more than we do, dummy. They got both hands free. Think about it. Up and down the wall. I never thought about it. Lipstick, eyebrow pencil, it don't make no difference to them. I've got to tune this guitar now, folks, before I can do anything. I don't know what I'm going to do. If I ever get it right, I'm going to weld it. I'll get it right after a while. This don't cost anything extra. My pappy used to tan my hide out behind the barn. He taught me to be dignified out behind the barn. And when he took his strap to me and turned me down across his knee, he sure did hurt my dignity out behind the barn. Yeah, I smoked my first cigarette out behind the barn. Now that's a day I won't forget out behind the barn. I got sick, you should have seen how that tobacco turned me green. I almost died from nicotine out behind the barn. I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a foolin', no siree. Passed its examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. All right. I met a pretty girl one day out behind the barn. She wanted me to stay and play out behind the barn. And she taught me to kiss and pet. That's a game I won't forget. We still play the same game yet out behind the barn. I sure would like to go again out behind the barn and do some things that I did then out behind the barn. You might think it ain't no fun to be a poor old farmer's son. You just don't know what all I've done out behind the barn. I got my education out behind the barn. I ain't a foolin', no siree. Passed its examination out behind the barn, and it almost made a wreck out of me. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the applause on that silly little song out behind the barn. I didn't learn much out there, but I ain't forgot none of it. It is important because where I came from, I was lucky to get an education behind the barn. Raised so far back in the hills of West Virginia, had to order my haircuts from Sears and Roebuck's catalog. We used that catalog a lot down there in the hills. Some of you know what I'm talking about, don't you? And if you've been there, it was tough in December when you hit them slick pages. Now, poor people have poor ways, and we were definitely among them. We were the only family in our county with wall-to-wall children. Had 15 kids, 6 boys, 6 girls, and 3 others. 3 sets of twins, Pete, Repeat, Kate, Duplicate, Max, and Climax. That was their name. Now, I had one little old brother I felt sorry for. He was the last one to get there, and by the time they got to the 15th kid, they'd run out of names, and I named him after my mama and daddy. Daddy's name was Ferdinand, Mama's name was Liza, named him Fertilizer. Meanest kid in the world. My mother took him downtown shopping in one of them crowded department stores, and in front of 100 folks, he ran up and said, "I got to go to the bathroom." And my mama said, "Wait a minute, young man, that's embarrassing. And the next time you want to do that, tell me you want to whisper and I'll know what you mean." 2 nights later, I was laying on the couch, and that little devil run up to me and said, "Jim, we want to whisper." And I said, "Okay, baby, whisper right there in old Jim's ear." Lord have mercy. Sure glad he wasn't old enough to carry on a long conversation, I'll tell you. I'm telling you. Let me do an old song that's a standard. If I ever get this guitar in tune, anybody here know how to tune one? Pee-wee, can you help me? All right, I think I'm pretty good shape for the time being. From the great Atlantic Ocean to the white Pacific shore, she glides along the woodland, the hill, and by the shore. From the queen of floating mountains where the rippling waters fall, she's the regular combination called the Wabash Cannonball. And she came down to Birmingham one cold December day. As she rode into the station, you could hear the people say, "Hey, there's a gal from Tennessee. She's long and she's tall." And she rode into Birmingham on the Wabash Cannonball. Jim,
Get up there, Mr. Malone.
He forgot the words again.
No, I didn't forget no words. Now, come on.
He's just getting old, folks. Don't worry.
Come on now, Dave.
He'll be with you in a minute.
Leave me alone now. I ain't getting old. I can jump as high as ever, but I can't stay up as long.
You forgot the words again.
No, I didn't. I had my mind on something else. I was thinking about my favorite television program.
You must mean General Hospital.
No, One Life to Live.
Ain't no such thing. My favorite television program is called Hee Haw. I love that. That's my favorite. I love that old show for a reason. Because once a year, they run out of talent. And they call Little Jim and I go running. Yeah, I do. I jump right in there with that bunch of heavies. Heavies more ways than one. That's a big bunch of boogers. Look them over. Kenny Price. Can't y'all see me in a haystack with Lulu? Think about that. Let her search for the needle. It won't bother me none. Roy Clark. Every time I see Roy Clark, he says, Little Jim, have you got a story you can give me that I can use on Hee Haw?
Well, Jim, did you have a hee-haw story ready for him this year?
Roy knows that I make them up.
You make them up?
Son, I've got a sack full of them things. I make them up all the time.
Do you have a hee-haw story you could share with us today?
Well, I might share one with you here. Would you like to hear one, Calvin? You want to hear a hee-haw story?
I'd love to hear a hee-haw.
Once upon a time, this won't take long. Once upon a time, there was a cowboy, and he was riding out across the plains on his horse. I don't need that. You can leave that out. I didn't say anything about a lame horse, just a horse. This cowboy was riding this horse out across the plains, and all of a sudden, he looked down on the ground, and there's an old Indian lying there, on the ground with his ear to the ground. And when the cowboy rode up, the old Indian with his ear to the ground held his hand up, and he said, 4 horses pull wagon. Front seat of wagon, man and woman. Follow behind wagon, 100 head of goat.
Goats.
Goat.
Goats.
Old Indians say goat.
Goats.
Old Indians say itchy-I-unge chapikini-mahi.
Now, what does that mean?
I'm not sure, but I think it means guitar players play guitars, little hillbillies tell jokes. I think that's what that means. And the cowboy looked down at that old Indian and he said, Good Lord, old Indian, can you really hear all that? And the old Indian say, Me hear nothing. Run over me 4 days ago. Oh! Hey! Eastern states stand east, so the western people say. From New York to St. Louis and Chicago, by the way. From the hills of Minnesota, where the rippling waters fall. She's a regular combination called the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar, as she glides along the woodland, the hill and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engine, hear that lonesome hobo call. He's a traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. These folks out here love that hee-haw story.
No, they didn't like that one bit.
Well, I have others.
You're gonna have to do better than that to get on hee-haw.
I told you I have a sack full.
You got a better one?
Yes, I have. Once upon a time. All my stories start that way. Once upon a time, there was 2 little rabbits, and they were running from a pack of hound dogs. And they got way up on the hill, and they sit down to rest, waiting for the dogs to catch up. And one little old rabbit looked at the other one and said, Hey, Eddie. Eddie Rabbit. You've heard of Eddie Rabbit. Said, Hey, Eddie Rabbit. Do you think we ought to go ahead and outrun them dogs? Or hang around here a little while and outnumber them?
Oh, Jim. I don't believe you said that.
And Ed said, You better run, Eddie. We're brothers. Oh! Here we go! Hey! How about it? How about that?
Well, that was better than the first one.
Don't think that'll make it on hee-haw either, huh?
You're not quite ready for the hee-haw show yet.
Once upon a time, Once upon a time, there was an old maid.
Hey,
Wait a minute. Wait. You can't tell that kind of story in here.
This ain't the one you heard.
Are you sure about that?
No, sir, I made this up.
I don't know.
And the old maid I'm talking about was your type.
My type.
Yes, she was rich and breathing.
That's my type, folks.
You're crazy about him. This old maid had a butler that waited on her hand and foot. His name was Claxton. She called him in one morning and she said, "Claxton?" He said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "This minute, you take my shoes off." So Claxton done that. Took her shoes off, set them on the stand beside of her chair. Then she said, "Claxton, take my hose off." Smart Ellie. Clean your mind up. It ain't that kind of a story. Claxton took her hose off and laid them with her shoes. Then she said, "Claxton, take my dress off." And Claxton, by this time, oh, cut it out. Knock it off.
Boy, you asked for that one.
You're embarrassing me to tears. Don't do that.
You fit the story.
It ain't that kind of a story.
Well, you said take her hose and her dress off.
I know what I said. Claxton took her dress off and laid them with her hose and her shoes. Then she looked him straight in the eye and she said, "Claxton, don't you ever let me catch you wearing my clothes again." Hey! Here stood Daddy Claxton, made his name for the bus stand, and long be remembered in the courts throughout the land. His earthly race is over, and the curtains round him fall. We'll carry him home to victory on the Wabash Cannonball. Listen to the jingle, the rumble and the roar as she glides along the woodland, the hill and by the shore. Hear the mighty rush of engine, hear that lonesome hobo call. He's a-traveling through the jungle on the Wabash Cannonball. All right, much obliged. Thank you, folks. Thank you. I'm going to take it on. Throw that away. Throw that booger away. Lord have mercy. Okay, with that much applause, I may take off a little more here in a few minutes. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you kindly. Thank you all for putting up with all that foolishness in Mr. Acuff's song. Promise me that you'll never tell him what I did to his song. Mr. Acuff brought me to the Grand Ole Opry, and if he ever heard me do that, he'd ship me out just as quick. And he can do that. Not long ago, someone said to Mr. Acuff, "I bet you wish you had $100 for every time you've sang Wabash Cannonball." And he said, "I do have." That tells me all I want to know. I want to do a song for you here, ladies and gentlemen, that I request that I hope y'all will enjoy. Let me see. Someone asked for a ballad, but I don't think we can do. Christine Howard asked for a song that I don't think we can do here tonight, but we'll do one for her and hope that she'll enjoy it as much. Wait a minute. I had another request here. I got to read them all. And sometimes you wish you'd have read these before you come up here. They write down some pretty funny things. Now, this is here. I don't know about this. It said, "When you get up on the stage, knock 'em dead. It's requested from the Mitchell Funeral Home." I'll declare. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
Here's a song called "Another Bridge to Burn." We hope that you'll all enjoy it. Thank you very much. Most every bridge I've crossed. It seems that everything I've loved, I've lost. When I found you, I thought my luck had turned. Our love's just another bridge to burn. I'll soon light the match and move on. I've already lingered much too long. Oh, I'm so hurt, you're so unconcerned. Our love's just another bridge to burn. Sometimes one must love enough for two. That's how it's been with me and you. I see your face no matter where I turn. Our love's just another bridge to burn. I'll soon light the match and move on. I've already lingered much too long. And you're so unconcerned. Our love's just another bridge to burn. Our love's just another bridge to burn. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. We didn't sing that sentimental song to put anybody in a bad mood. I like to see everybody have a lot of fun and everything when you come to the shows. But a long time ago, I made my charming wife a promise that every show that I did, I'd sing one of those sentimental little ballads for her. And so tonight, we dedicate that song to her. God bless her wherever she may be. And lady, there's no telling where she is tonight. It's 1,000 wonders she ain't right here with us, looking me straight in the eye out there with you folks, because she would be normally. I take her with me just about every place I go. I'd rather do that than to kiss her goodbye. If you saw that mess, you'd pray for little Jimmy Dickens. Lord, what am I going to do with that woman? That's got to be the meanest woman that ever walked on the face of the earth. If you knew what she done to me last week, you'd say she was mean. I have grounds for divorce. You know what she done? Put crazy glue in my preparation H.
That's mean.
That's a sticky situation right there. That's grounds for divorce. You think about it. Did you ever sleep at the foot of the bed when the weather was a whizzing cold and the wind was a whistling around the house and the moon was shadow as gold and you keep your good warm mattress up to Aunt Lizzie and Uncle Fred? Too many kin folks on a bad night, so you went to the foot of the bed. I could always wait till the old folks ate and eat the leavings with grace. The teacher could keep me after school, I'd still have a smile on my face. I could wear the big boys wore our clothes or let sister have my sled. But it always did get my nanny goat to sleep at the foot of the bed. say some folks don't know what it is, having company all over the place. To wrestle for cover on the winter night with the big Buddha sitting in your face, her cold toenails are scratching your back and the footboard scrubbing your head. I'll tell the world you ain't lost a thing, never sleeping at the foot of the bed. Plus find a nap when the killing folks come, the kids brought brand new games. You could see how fat all the old folks was, learn all the babies' names. We had biscuits and custard and chicken pie, we all got Sunday fed. But I know darn well when nighttime come, I was heading for the foot of the bed. I've done it over and over again in this land of the big and free. And in this all-fired battle of life, it's left its mark on me. For I'm always a struggling around at the foot, instead of towards in the head. And I don't think it's caused some doggone thing, but I'm sleeping at the foot of the bed. Thank you very much. When I was a little boy around the table at home, I remember very well when company would come. I would have to be right still until the whole crowd ate. My mama always said to me, Jim, take a tater and wait. And taters never did taste good with chicken on the plate, but I had to eat them just the same. That is why I look so bad, I have these puny ways, because I always had to take an old cold tater and wait. Yeah, I thought that I'd starve to death before my time would come. All that chicken they would eat, just leave Jim the bun. The beaten neck are all that's left up on the china plate. It makes you pretty darn weak to take an old cold tater and wait. And taters never did taste good with chicken on the plate, but I had to eat them just the same. That is why I look so bad, I have these puny ways, because I always had to take an old cold tater and wait. And then the preachers, they would come to stay a while with us. I would have to slip around and raise a little fuss, in fear that I might spill the beans or break a china plate. My mama always said to me, Jim, take a tater and wait. And taters never did taste good with chicken on the plate, but I had to eat them just the same. That is why I look so bad, I have these puny ways, because I always had to take an old cold tater and wait. I appreciate it.